last night in Orlando. Their full Voltron are these Lakers. No injury excuse right now. Loses it 2 straight. Paolo Banchero going to make sure it is 3 in a row for L.A. Banchero goes for 30. He's averaging 29.6 since the All-Star game. That's second best in the league. Here's what Luka had to say.
I think we just got to look back at the way we play on that 8-game winning streak. We're physical. We play hell of a defense. And I think we just got a little bit satisfied, so we can't afford that right now.
118-106 the final there. Bucks and Suns rematch in the finals a few years ago. Devin Booker, game tied at 106. Finds space, finds the nylon. It was a game winner for D-Book. He had 19 points, 12 dimes. Suns 108-106. And then you got these Dallas Mavericks who brought that man back. Anthony Davis in Brooklyn, taking on the Nets. Played his first game in 6 weeks. He was on a minutes restriction. 12 points, 6 rebounds, recovering from that adductor strain, that adductor injury. 120-101. The Mavs get the win. Here's what the Brow had to say about coming back.
Made it out the game safe, injury-free. So
this is what we wanted.
What we wanted, so it was great to be back on the floor with the guys, man, and most importantly, just get a win.
NBA front office insider Bobby Marks joining us for now. And if you sense some tone, Bobby, a little bit from me, because he comes back so late in the game for Dallas, is just fighting for a role in the playoffs here. You were in Brooklyn to see him. How did Anthony Davis look?
I would call it a good cardio game, Randy. It was kind of get your 26 minutes in. It was almost like a preseason game here, where it was basically just kind of get him assimilated with this group here. Certainly gets through the game injury-free. First play of the game is a dunk for Davis here. And certainly for them to get into this 10th seed or possibly even the 9th seed, they're going to need a healthy Anthony Davis. They got a back-to-back tonight in New York. We'll see if he plays here, but it was a good sign that Dallas had 10 active players last night.
Yeah, I mean, that's all they're looking for is a healthy enough rotation here. But what does it mean realistically for their playoff hopes?
Listen, this is an uphill battle right now. I mean, They're tied with Phoenix right now for 10. They potentially could get to 9, but you would have to win 2 play-in games. You would have to beat either Phoenix and certainly the Clippers in Minnesota, and then you would have to face Oklahoma City in the first round. So it is some tough sledding, but I think the goal certainly is to try to get into that play-in and see where it happens from there.
Lakers have lost 3 straight. Meanwhile, you speak of the playoffs. They're in the postseason, the Lakers are. But what concerns you about this 3-game skid?
Well, a couple things. Certainly transition points, minus 46 in fast break points the last 3 games here. I think it starts with offensively. You're seeing a heavy ISO from this group here. And then that leads to poor defense. Randy, during that stretch when the Lakers were winning first in defensive efficiency since March 2nd, they are 20th in defensive efficiency, certainly 20th in offensive efficiencies here. So I think it's a matter of just figuring it out over the next 3 weeks. And if you're at the number 3 seed or if you're at the number 6 seed, just get in healthy and hopefully your defensive identity comes back.
Well, to that point about seeding, I did want to ask you whether it's 3 or 6 right now. They're battling with Denver there. They're a game back of what the Nuggets are doing. How important is seeding to a team that, lost its defensive identity for a second there when they lost LeBron for that stretch?
I would rather be in the 6th seed than the 4th seed. That's where I would rather be. And that would mean not having home court advantage in the first round.
Okay.
Because what that does is that you avoid potentially Oklahoma City in the second round here. So I think seeding, matters. I think where they are, and they might say it doesn't matter if they're the 4th or the 5th or the 6th. But I do think you could basically put all 4 or 5 teams in a hat, pick one out, and one of those might come out and play Oklahoma City here because they are so bunched up together.
That's interesting that seeding matters, but home court doesn't necessarily. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, with the Mavericks' best player, Anthony Davis, came back last night to play the Nets. Had played it just 1 game after the Luka trade and then went out with an adductor injury. Was on a 28-minute restriction. Looked pretty good early on. Opening seconds, throws it down. First point since being injured. Will continue to be strong from here. Clay to AD, the lay-in, 4 points in the first 53 seconds. And then Anthony Davis, nice pass there to Kai Jones. Look at the subtle no-look, one-handed bounce pass.
Ooh, a little pocket pass.
Right? Like that there. Mavs up 6. Davis stepping into the jumper right there. Mavs, keep in mind, battling for that last play-in spot out west. And they were up big. Third quarter. Here's AD, mid-range game looking good. Mavs up 15. And then Spencer Dinwiddie finding him. Cuts down low. gets to go. 12.6 boards in 27 minutes. Not a bad return. Mavs win. And here's AD on being back.
A long time coming. Great, it's good to be back on the floor, obviously. Most importantly, we got to win. Guys play well. But for me personally, coming here and, being on the floor and doing what, I'm supposed to do and what I love to do is play basketball. So, made it out the game safe, injury-free. So
this is what we wanted.
What we wanted, so it was great to be back on the floor with the guys, man, and most importantly, just get a win.
All right, Anthony Davis's former team, the Lakers, having lost 2 straight with their full Voltron. You got Luka, you got LeBron back, you're taking on the Magic. Look at that pass from Austin Reeves. My God,
Like that.
that's Austin's music. Reeves and LeBron, that connection helped the Lakers to go up 4 after 1. And then in the second, Luka, little jab step 3, 21 points in the first half alone. He'd finish with 11 more. That's 32 for the total. We're good at math. There's LeBron finishing down low. He had 24. Lakers are up by 2 at the break, but Franz Wagner, floater to go. He plays so well against Los Angeles. Only he and Tracy McGrady have gone for 30 points and 5 dimes in consecutive games against the Lakers in a Magic uniform. Paolo a 3. Magic plus 16 in the third quarter. Wagner drop step on LeBron, 32 points, 9 dimes for Franz. And then Banchero went for 30. He's averaging 29.6 per game since the All-Star break, second best in the league. Lakers lose again. Luka, how do you fix it?
I honestly think it should be not just one person, it should be everybody. Everybody should be able to. Obviously, not always going to be everybody, but I think me and Bron, I think we should be the guys, to do that. And that's on me. Obviously, I got to do better. I got to talk more. And I think I talked in first half, then just kind of voice down, and I shouldn't do that.
All right, Lakers losers of 3 straight now, still trailing Denver by a game for the 3 seed in the West after the Nuggets fell to the Bulls last night. Man, somebody break up the Bulls. Los Angeles has 11 regular season games remaining, and according to ESPN Analytics, Lakers have this.
Go to the NBA, Giannis and the Bucks, KD and the Suns. Bucks fighting for playoff positioning in the East. Suns just fighting for the play-in spot. Halfway through the fourth, Suns down 2. KD, you can't give him that much space. He's going to knock down 3s. Suns up 1. And then Giannis, you can't D him up like that. Gets it to go, makes it look easy. Bucks now down 4. And then KD. What did I say about giving him that much space?
They should have listened, man. They didn't.
Nobody listened.
No.
Of course, that was hours ago. Suns back up 7. Giannis right here driving with the right. Giannis and KD trading buckets on 3 straight possessions. And then later, Giannis, big 3 right there. We're all tied up at 101. Under 30 seconds to go in the game. Suns down 2. KD